Ooh. Hey everyone. I just had to get all of my logins in. We're going live. Today is day 3 of Food Freedom Live. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for showing up. I know it takes a lot to get to listen, and if you're listening on the playback, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is going to be important information today, and I I've been realizing how little I talk about mindfulness, and that's what we're talking about today. Mindfulness is one of the 6 components to feed your soul. Remember, we talked about this: physical, emotional, mental, lifestyle, mindfulness, and self love. Mindfulness is the one I think that gives you the most grounding in your practice of intuitive eating and moving out of overeating and moving into food freedom. So let's get a little bit of our kind of housekeeping done. We are on day 3. If you want to listen to the other 2 days, if you haven't listened, um, sign up. If you're already signed up, you'll get it in your email, the login to get the playback. If you're not signed up, I'm going to post in the comments the link where you can sign up, and then you'll get all the playback information and all the goodies that I'm giving away. So be sure to sign up and to listen, because these 3 days have been really important. They've been a half hour. I've kept them short because I want to make sure that you get information. I'm all about getting doables where you learn some information and then you come away and like, how am I going to do something different today? And I value that idea of what are we going to do different today, because with food, we've got to come to the table at least 3 times a day. So there's a lot of opportunities for eating and doing it differently. What I'm doing is doing a giveaway, and every day I'm offering up 5 of my books. Here's my book, Feed Your Soul. Let me see if I can get it good there. Feed Your Soul, Nourish Your Life, a 6-step system to peace with food. It is my book. It is packed with all of the 6 components, lots of information, lots of doables. It's so good, so good. I'm so proud of it. I am giving it away. It's a giveaway for people, the first 5 people that sign up or actually send me an email at info@feedyoursoulunlimited.com. Info@feedyoursoulunlimited.com. I'll also post that in the comment section, and it will also be in your email. Those of you on our email string, you'll get that in your email. So I'd love to give you a book. I want to give them away. I'm prepared. I've got them, and I want to give them away so that you have food freedom and you're able to do something differently. So that's the giveaway, and now let's move into some more of the information. We talked the last 2 days. The first day we talked about diet mindset and how dieting, diet mindset leads you to binge. Actually, I don't know that I shared this part about it, but if you think about it, it's a circle, and the circle is, so it goes around in a circle. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a pop-up coming in. There we go. So the circle is, at the top of the circle is restriction, which is dieting, right? And what happens when we diet, we move to the next part of the circle, which is binging. It always happens. It's not necessarily immediately, but it's a week, a day, a week, a year. I talk to people all the time that start with the restriction at the top and they move around to binging. And what happens after we binge? We move around the circle again to what we know is shame. Feeling bad about yourself, feeling overwhelmed, feeling horrible, that hate. Remember, I talked the other day about people tell me often that they hate themselves because they overeat. They hate themselves because they don't like their body and their body size. That's shame. And what happens when we have shame? We move back up to the top and we start again with restriction. Because in this culture, in this society, we don't know anything else to do. But if I feel bad about my body, if I don't like how I'm eating, what do? We diet. That's the only option. And that's that restriction. And that restriction always leads to binging, always leads to shame, and it always leads back to restriction again. It's a cycle. I want you to get off that cycle. So that's why we talk here about food freedom, about intuitive eating, because what we're talking about gets you off that shame, diet, binge, shame cycle, that circle that goes round and around. So today we're talking more about a concept that's going to help you move out of that cycle, because we've got to find a way to pull out of that process of diet, binge, shame, right? So yesterday we talked, in our second day yesterday, we talked about emotional eating and the emotions that come up that we don't even necessarily notice that lead us to overeat. And I really encourage, if you haven't listened to the second day, go back and listen, because there is incredible information that I think will help you notice if you emotionally eat and what to do about it. Okay? And today, as we talk about mindfulness, it's going to be a way for you to more fully understand the diet mindset, because mindfulness moves us into getting that we're in that dieting mindset. Also, mindfulness helps us move out of emotions, the emotional eating. Okay? So I started yesterday, and I love doing this because this is one of my tools that I use for my, it helps with my emotions. It helps with how I start my day. It also helps with me with mindfulness because it gives me something to think about. I like to start my day with something to think about. I have a daily devotional that I use. I have cards that I use. I have all kinds of things that I use that help me get mindful and on track for the day. So today I've been doing some pop-up videos on my fun little cards, affirmators. 50 affirmation cards to help you help yourself without the self-helpiness, right? And so they're fun cards. I just like to, I kind of shuffle them easily. I just shuffle them. And there's always a card that just pops out and says, pick me, pick me. They're popped out. Like I said, they always do. There's one that just pops out at me. So that's how I like to do it. Some people like to spread the cards and then just put their finger and pull one out, or they take the top. I don't care how you do it. I just think they're fun to do. Oh my goodness, look at this one. So these are what the cards look like. It's like the front of the box. Affirmators, rainbow and unicorns and a rabbit. Who knew? Who knew? So this card is what's called a bonus card. So I guess that's an extra card. And it's called Sanctuary. Whoops. Wait, let me move over this way. Sanctuary. Sanctuary. Let's see what it says. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath, or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. Sanctuary. What I take that to mean, so what I use these cards to do is they help me look at, like, okay, what's going on in my life and what might this be telling me I could do. And it's interesting, the sanctuary card is timely for me, and I suspect for all of you, or else it wouldn't have shown up. I have done 3 lives this week. I've done more than that, but I've done the 3 food freedom lives, plus I've done a lot of others this week as preparation for these classes. And what I was thinking about this morning was I want to have a rest this weekend. I decided that it's time to reward myself, so sanctuary fits really well. I started mapping out my weekend and what are my things for some downtime, what could I do for myself. I want to recharge because I put a lot of energy out into these lives this last week. So sanctuary fits really well with what's been going on for me and what I want to keep in the forefront of my mind about what I want to do this weekend. So use a card. The affirmators are on Amazon, so you could get them at Amazon. They're super fun to have, or get any other kind of way to pull out an idea for the day. Okay? So today is mindfulness, and I got a quote. I wanted to know what is mindfulness. Mindfulness definition from mindful.org. Mindful.org. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly. I'm sorry, let me say this again. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. That's pretty big. So it's the ability to be fully present, be present in the moment. That's really hard for all of us. I don't know, for you, for me, like being fully present is something that can be difficult. It's interesting when I do these lives that I really focus on being fully present. Everything else is quiet around me. I'm focused on you. I'm focused on what we're talking about. And at this moment, I'm fully present to what's going on, aware of where we are. So I'm sitting, my booty in the chair. I'm sitting. It feels cool in the room, so I feel what it feels like to be in my body and be aware of what we're doing. So I'm having a conversation with all of you and not overly reactive. Um, so that would be like if I was having a conversation, or I'm not getting upset. If something goes wrong on this live right now, I'll figure it out and I'll just make it work. And then lastly, it says over and not overwhelmed by what's going on around us. So being able to be fully present and not reactive. So partly it's about being fully present in your body and what's going on within you, what you're doing, but also what's going on around you, right? And sometimes the going on around us can be the difficult part because what's coming at us, we might have a reaction to it, And when we're mindful, we can then come back into our body, assess what's going on in us and around us, and then determine what to do. Can you get how that fits with food? Can you get how that fits with food? That I am fully present to what I'm eating. I'm fully in the moment, and whatever's going on around me, I'm able to manage it with my emotions, with being mindful, and it doesn't affect me needing to overeat to calm and soothe myself. Because that's really what we do when we use food, is it's to calm, to soothe, to distract, to be kind of unconscious in ourselves. So we use it to be really outside of our body and to not feel what's really going on, to kind of tamp it down. And what I'm saying is, let's bring it out and express it and be in it, but have these tools and have these ways of being that help us feel connected to ourselves, mindful within ourselves. So when we then know the definition of mindfulness, why do we want to be mindful? I just talked about some of the ideas, but I want to go into it a little bit more. I have found mindfulness to be extremely important to me. Extremely important to me. I have been sharing lately that I've noticed that I I am more calm and present and mindful than I have ever been. I started a mindful practice the beginning of January 2022. I had decided I was a little too scattered, a little too outside of myself, and I needed something more uh, formal and doing it every day. So I started a mindfulness practice, daily readings, affirmations, some journaling. I don't do all of them every day, but I do at least one of them every day. And I am 100% confident that my stress has been reduced substantially. What I know, when my stress is reduced, I'm not overeating because my stress is down, or I'm less likely to overeat. Let me put it that way. I'm less likely to overeat because my stress is down. I am not reactionary to other people. I'm not kind of um, angry or volatile. Volatile is kind of a strong word, but you get what I'm saying, where I'm more reactionary. I'm not like that with other people, and I feel more calm inside of my body. And that's because I've had this mindfulness practice. And later we'll talk about how you can have a mindfulness practice yourself. And truly, there are some simple ways to do that. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit. The other reason, or another reason why we want to be mindful, is that's how we intuitively eat. Think about it. The intuitive eating, the intuitive part is being centered and connected. Centered and connected. Intuitive eating means we're coming from what our body needs, coming from our insides, and noticing what's going on, and able to intuit, know what to do. This is the scary part that people talk to me about a lot, is how can I access in my body when I don't trust my body? Why would I listen to what my body's saying if my body always says to just eat, or I know it's going to tell me to eat? If you tell me I can just eat food, well, what food can I eat? Because I need to know what the prescription is, what the diet is. Then I'll know what to eat. Then I'll know what the plan is. This can be scary to go inside of your body. But when we use all of the 6 components together, then we have this balanced way of being in the world, that food is just one of the many things that we do, and it's not triggering like it used to be. And that's what I want for you, is where food is not triggering, which is another why we have need mindfulness, is to bring peace. Even if it didn't affect food, which it does, even if it didn't help you with your eating, overeating, binge eating, emotional eating, you still would want to have mindfulness. I promise you, because it feels good to be centered. I am a therapist by training, and I've been talking, well, I talk every week to clients, and I was talking to some clients about how to be more mindful in terms of their emotions. It has nothing to do with food. Nothing to do with food, but being mindful is the way to move out of a lot of emotions that can be detrimental to your relationship, to yourself, and to your, parenting. It really makes life difficult if you're not mindful and if you're in that reactionary stage. The other why of mindfulness is you're more focused in your body. What happens when we overeat is the way I see it is we kind of come outside of our body where we're not fully present. When we're not fully present, then we overeat, we binge eat, we emotionally eat, because we're not feeling our feelings. We're not in our body to react to that. So we're outside. Mindfulness gives us a tool to be physically present in our body and to help us um, live life in a different way, in a more centered, peaceful kind of way. And that's what we want. We know the why, we know the definition, we know the why. So then the how is the next part. How in the heck do we do this? How in the heck do we do this? I developed a whole course. Emotional Eating Solutions is a whole course on how to get all of the 6 areas in balance. And mindfulness is one of them. It's a big component. And I want that for you. And what we can do is you can start doing some of it now. Now. Feel yourself in your seat right now. This is one of the hows of mindfulness. One of my favorites is feel yourself sitting in your seat right now, or standing, or if you're driving in your car, just feel yourself in your car as you sit, right? So you feel your bottom on the chair. I feel myself sitting on the chair. I can feel it as I'm talking to you. Feel your feet. Where are your feet at? My feet are on they don't touch the floor. They're on the part of the chair to hold my feet up, because I'm short. So they're there on the chair, and I can feel them on the metal part of the chair. Feel your hands. What are they doing? Mine are kind of talking. I talk with my hands a lot. So when I start noticing them, when I get more mindful, they feel more warm, and I can feel it right now. So I can feel my hands getting warm as I'm noticing them, and I notice them kind of moving in space. Notice your shoulders. Where are your shoulders at? Drop them back. My coach at my gym, she talks a lot about Pull your shoulders down, pull your shoulders back. Open up your chest. She does that a lot with us. I've really enjoyed that. It's something I haven't done a lot, is to sit and pull my shoulders back, because it's not a normal, or it's not a way of being that I've been. But look at it, when I'm forward, my shoulders are forward. I can't breathe as well. I'm constricted. When I sit back and fully open, my lungs are able to be very full. So notice pulling your shoulders back. That makes you fully present in your body. Mindfulness is about being present to yourself and being present in your body. So pull your shoulders back. The next thing I like to do is focus on deep breathing. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth. I don't care. There are a lot of techniques about different kinds of breath. Putting your finger over your nostril and breathe in a certain amount of time. There are a lot of ways to use the breath to be calm. And I just like to breathe in and breathe out. As I do that, I feel my shoulders drop. I feel my jaw drop. I feel myself more firmly in my seat. My feet are a little tingly because I'm noticing them. So being present in your body is as simple as noticing your body. You could do that all the time. All the time. When you're sitting to eat, feel yourself in your seat. Take a deep breath. When you're going into work, feel your feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. That's how you get to be mindful. And the more mindful we are, the more peaceful we are, and the more we have these thoughts of what to do. This is important. This is the part that helps you with overeating, is when we are fully present in our body, that's when the intuition of intuitive eating shows up. We'll know what to do. We'll know how to work it out. So that's how we do it. The other part about mindful eating is really being mindful of what you're eating. The place, sitting at the table, having a plate of food, sitting down and eating one bite at a time, putting your fork down, chewing your food, swallowing your food, wipe your mouth with your napkin. It makes it a slower process, but it's a more mindful process. It's more mindful, and as we engage in more mindful eating, it's a win. It's a really big win. So I encourage you today to start feeling present in your body. Feel present in your body. I was just feeling present in my body, and I noticed something in my throat. So I took a sip of my drink, right? That's being mindful, being present in my body. Today, I encourage you to be present in your body. Take more deep breaths. Take more deep breaths. 2 things you can do today. Be present in your body. Be present when you eat your next meal. Really simple, but profound. There are lots of other things you can do. Meditation. I had my journal right here to show you. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it. I have my journal. I love to write in my journal. That helps me a lot with my mindfulness. It also helps me a lot with things that I'm thinking, to let go of things and to let go of feelings. I have whole blogs and podcasts on journaling, so I'm not going to go over that too much right today. But I encourage you to look at what you need to do to be more mindful and to be more present in your body. What can you do? The other piece I think about is movement. And I don't talk a lot about movement because it's one of the things that people I work with don't really want to do because they have such a negative experience of it. But take a mindful walk. Like, I love the idea. I love to do the walking and feel my feet on the ground. Walk and just feel my feet on the ground. Walk and feel my feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. The nice thing about taking a walk is that it provides that opportunity to take that deep breath. Simple. It's not always easy to do. Not always easy to do because we forget. So if we go back to the house, how do we do it? mindful eating. Try try using a fork to just eat, take a bite, mindfully eat and chew. See how that feels. See what that feels like to you. Take a mindful breath. Feel what it feels like to be in your body. Take a mindful walk. To feel your feet on the ground and feel yourself in movement. And take a deep breath. And notice how that feels in your body and the calm that we get, which is what we're looking for. It's what I always look for when I go into mindfulness. We've talked over 3 days about diet mindset, emotional eating, mindfulness, and I want to make sure that you know that there is an opportunity for you to get more assistance if you need it. Because what I know is that if you're listening to these lives, you want help and you want something to do differently. And this is why every day I've come up with something that you can do differently. But it's not going to solve all the problem. It's not going to fix everything. It's going to give you some good tools and good understanding, absolutely. But you need more than that because this problem has been going on for a long time. Many of us, I told my story, listen to the first live on the diet mindset where I talked about my mindless eating, overeating, binge eating started when I was 8 years old. That's been a long time ago. A long time ago that's happened, and I needed something specifically to help me, and that's where intuitive eating played out for me. And it gave me the freedom to get off of that diet mindset and that diet track. But when you get off the diet track, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? This is where Emotional Eating Solutions comes in. It's 8 weeks of a self-help, do it at your own pace course that you get weekly reminders or weekly emails to encourage you to get in the course to do that week's information. It gives you audio information and then things to do, specific things to do. They're not hard, but they're impactful. And I encourage you to get it. I know it works because it works for me and it works for everybody that I work with. I know that. And I want you to know that at this point in time, we're at it's the lowest price ever, and the price will be going up next month. I am going to re-record some videos for it. I'm going to start doing group Q&A calls once a month. So those are all in addition to what we have right now. And what I'm offering is the 8 week emotional eating solutions at the low price it is right now, and you'll get all the add-ons. You'll get the new videos. You'll get to be in on the group coaching call, because we need a place. What people told me why I added that group coaching call in is people were telling me they wanted to talk with other people about what's going on for them and get solutions. They wanted to hear other people's answers. They wanted to know from a group, how do you feel? How do you manage sitting at the table? How do you manage Christmas? How do you manage having some kind of movement? Because that's where we encourage each other. That monthly group call is going to be super impactful for everybody, and I'm really glad that we're able to add that on. And we're adding it on now for those of you who sign up. You're going to get in on the upgraded version, but you'll have it at the lower price today. I encourage you to do it. It's the one course I have that is super affordable and super impactful. So I encourage you to do it. I'm going to put the link in the comment section for you to sign up. I really hope you take me up on this. It's very valuable and you deserve it. You deserve to have a place where you can come and really get the information to live differently, to have food freedom, to have peace with food, and to know literally how to do it. And what it does is it just doesn't provide food freedom, it's like a life freedom, because I use all those skills every day. Everything I talk to you today that I use about mindfulness, I don't just use around food, I use it all the time, right? What did I say? I started more mindfulness at the beginning of the year, and I feel much more chill and calm and empowered within myself. This level of peace that I I hadn't known before. And it affects me in a greater way than just around food. So all the skills you learn, all the ideas you learn, yes, it will help you with food, but it'll also help you in your life because food is involved in our lives. So I encourage you to sign up for Emotional Eating Solutions. I can't state it enough. We've had great success with people. They have been um, thrilled with the things that they've learned from all of this information, all the 6 components. I want to thank you for being on this live. I want to thank you if you're listening to the recording because I know there are hundreds of other things you could be doing right now. And I know that if you're listening, since you're listening, that this is something that's important to you, that you want to get more of a handle on food and have food freedom. And I'm honored that you were here on this journey of these last 3 days to go through all of these modules and these ideas. I really encourage you to put in the comments, what are your takeaways? What did you learn? What are you going to do differently? Make a commitment. What are you going to do differently? Put it in the comments. If that feels embarrassing, DM me or send me an email at info@feedyoursoulunlimited.com. I really want to hear what you think and what you're going to take away because that's when we can get these understandings, but we got to put something different into play. We've got to do something different. And that's why I do these lives, because I want to give you information and I want to give you encouragement that you can do this, you can do something differently. Okay? So I want to sign off for now. I look forward to hearing what you all do. I want to hear in your comments. I love to see you in Emotional Eating Solutions. I'm looking forward to our first group coaching call on Q&As and talking about what's going on in your lives and asking me questions and having us talk with each other. And we're starting it in April. So I want you to be there because I really want to talk with you and do it more face-to-face over Zoom than when we're doing a live like this. Thank you so much for attending Food Freedom Live. I am Kim McLaughlin. I'm from Feed Your Soul Unlimited. It has been my pleasure to be with all of you, and I look forward to seeing you in Emotional Eating Solutions. Bye.